So, hello from Trelydan. Let's just show you the clouds, the sky, probably some cirrostratus, altostratus also, cumulus. It's windy up here. Back down again, so you can see you. Pick that off. Okay, it's lovely up here, isn't it? It really is again today. So, why clouds? I talk about clouds. Well, the chemtrails lot have come out probably from under the same stone that the Solvsit did, really, but I think they're just a bit more laughable. I mean, Solvsit are actually quite dangerous. So, what's the fun with chemtrails? Not well, they believe that weather only goes overcast when or if airplanes are spraying chemicals. So the claim is that this nice blue sky sunny day, then start seeing the crisscross of the chemtrails, and that means that the claim is it does then go overcast. It never goes, weather doesn't turn overcast, or the sky doesn't turn overcast purely on its own as a result of meteorological conditions. It's only because of aeroplanes. And the hashtag has been look up. And this has been boiling up now the past few weeks. It came to a head again last weekend. Various idiots on Twitter jumped on the bandwagon, and of course, it's contagious, isn't it? Look up. Well, yeah, you're seeing contrails which don't disperse. But contrails always disperse after a minute. No, they don't. It depends on humidity, among other factors. There's a jet going ahead of me now. And I'm looking at, well, these aren't normal clouds. What they're pointing at is altostratus and cirrostratus. Those are normal clouds. And I can see macro sky over there, some macro clouds. That's normal. Oh no, these aren't normal. These are only caused by chemtrail spraying. So what's the rationale is that there's a vast conspiracy, and there's a video that's been circulated that of water bottles inside various aircraft. Those turned out to be for testing of the airframe flexing and to also to change the center of gravity. Oh no, it's all filled with chemicals. No. And there's other photos in the video is out of freight, firefighting tankers and refueling, all the rest of it. But no, it's chemtrails. And there's some lovely badges. That's some crew pilots at Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany had designed for a joke to troll chemtrailers into believing that actually there's this thing going on. And of course, you can buy them. It fell through hook, line, and sinker. So this video is doing the round, and as proof, no, it's not proof, it's been debunked. But still, it rumbles on. And the sad thing is, it just shows I have no idea of how to draw up a hypothesis, then how to test it, or that it does need to pass the methodology. They haven't heard of the word methodology. They haven't heard of the concept of burden of proof. So all their methodology and burden of proof is to point at the sky saying, look, chemtrail. That means they're spraying us. No, it's an aircraft. So where would they store it? How do you have, that's the mechanism to get the chemicals to the aircraft. I mean, you'd need a substantial ground operation to do this, surely. I mean, huge. And you would need a lot of people to be kept quiet. I mean, could they be added into the fuel? Possibly. What about lubricity? It adds a lot of problem. I mean, kerosene is pretty pure as far as aircraft are concerned. It's pretty pure stuff, and it needs to be. Otherwise, it's not going to do much good for the engines to start. So, but they still go on. as I'm involved in an argument now on Facebook, the awake, among the awake, are they, the awake? We swapped, it's just a bunch of conspiracy theorists, they just swapped one conspiracy for another, and they're just looking for any conspiracy they can find, anything that feeds the cortisol addiction. It is a cortisol addiction, and also dopamine. Well, if they find some proof of something, basically it's still an addiction because they're not healthy, mentally ill, basically. So if you join any group, you'd find this, any activism group against lockdown or whatever else, you'd find this quite easily. One of my favourites is grey goo. CERN manufactures grey goo, and it will swallow the Earth. Oh, sorry, the miniature black holes will swallow the Earth at CERN. CERN are evil. And no proof, of course, it's just hunch, rather they're feeling, usually by very highly neurotic middle-aged women, probably postmenopausal, because it gives us something to do when they're not collecting cats or something. But it's not healthy. On the other one was the Three Gorges Dam collapsed, and honestly, it hadn't collapsed previously. So any proof? No proof. It just they say so because they'd heard it somewhere. So evidentiary burdens of proof, no concept. It's just anything that feeds the addiction, the cortisol addiction and the dopamine addiction, and you can't reason. So you ask for proof, and where you would find proof of chemtrail spraying is to conduct a spectrographic analysis from the ground. Ideally, you don't have to send something up as well to follow some of these jets around to see what it is they are releasing, if anything at all. And that's going to be difficult, so the ground-based observation is the easiest way to do it, and there are different ways to do it. But it can be done, and it hasn't. There's no shred of any evidence that this has been carried out. It would have been presented. And of course, they don't know. They can't comprehend that. All again is the only proof is point to the sky. Yeah, well, do better.